Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. It's a Friday. It felt weird not being live at this time of day, so I thought I would just throw on and just shoot the breeze with you, chew the fat, go through some bits and bobs. The door's open. Harry the Boy Trades might join us. We'll see if he gets the wee invite sent over and see if he's free. But yeah, it just kind of felt weird on a Friday, just sitting with no deadline show, no deadline to go through, and everything else. So I thought let's just throw on. Good to see you, Michael. First and foremost, good to see you all. And yeah, let me know how it's been going. It's been absolutely sweltering in Glasgow. I'm away to get. I seen the chat in the Telegram earlier. We've got the MFL meet up tomorrow. I need a haircut badly. I need a haircut terribly badly. So I'm going to try and get that done today before we run away into the weekend and have some fun. Good to see you all. Good to see you all looking for food. Graham, my man, good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah. We're here on a Friday, and I don't really know what's going on. I think a lot of our head spaces right now is in pre-Sorare 27. We've got half an announcement. The other half of an announcement, they said, would have been like in a few weeks thereafter. I'm not really too sure what sort of timescale we would expect to get on it. But for me, the World Cup, the Global Cup, has died a death when it comes to Sorare from a pro perspective. I had some good in-season stuff and some lineups and some streak chances early in the group stage, but thereafter it's been pretty dead, you know. So the pro mode, I don't think really lived up to expectation or hype really going into it. There's a wee bit of the tournament format itself, which plays a part in that, just the amount of teams that were available in the groups, how many of them were actually viable, and then how all the fixture lists kind of lie around. For sets, it's been totally different, and I've actually got my daily stuff to do a little bit here. So maybe click through this a little bit. Because colours and sets has definitely been a lot of fun all the way through the tournament. You know, even if you've not had the streaks going exactly the way you want to. I've seen one or two people on the timeline over the weekend talking about how they hadn't cashed yet, despite spending a few quid. And some people who have spent tons have went and cashed a few times. Some people have spent nothing have cashed. And mixed results, mixed success, I think, for a lot of the community in general terms, which isn't a bad thing. But I think it's been engaging from start to finish. I like the team angle on it. I like the daily stuff, obviously, as you guys know. We've got a wee kick-off pack to open as well. We 100 Essencer. Make sure to go and get this before you go doing anything else. New player. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was prepared that this stream today was going to be a lot of dragon chasing. Now, Unai Simon is on an incredible clean sheet run. You just know that's going to end now, don't you? Oh, I'm so glad I've pulled that. There's some goalkeepers out there that, you know, everyone's got them. I think Mikey Bassam was asking me for an Emi Martinez. I got a Bono after Morocco had been eliminated, and a lot of people wanted or didn't have Bonos prior to that, so on and so forth. Unai Simon is basically the last important goalkeeper I didn't have in the tournament. Oh, that is beautiful out of the 100 Essence pack. Cucurella, bring it on. Raskin, we can scrap with ease and pleasure. And then a wee Trossard as well. 4 new cards. Nice for the little missions and whatnot, which is cool. We'll open these little bronzers. And I really do like the gameplay cycle that we have on this, but I think it's kind of brought out a little bit of conversation in the community between where's the game going, what's the focus on it, and everything that goes around that. Everyone got a new nice team on today. Oh, really? We've all got them now. Good to hear, kind of, I guess. So I kind of get that perspective a lot of people are coming out with now. Like, is it all about sets, or it's all about free to play and there's less focus or care and attention? It still says I've got 3,900 essence. Have I got an essence glitch? Is there a big essence pack we can try this out with? No, not really. I think I've got a wee essence glitch on the go here. Bring it on. Yeah, my essence is not going down, by the way. Let's keep ripping. Let's just keep ripping. Keep those new players coming. This is fun. Yeah, by the way, guys, glitch. The glitch is in. Ah, damn it. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. Did we have any collection missions? We did. Another 10 gems, so we're up to 20 now. That's good. Less pressure to pull a Simon out those silver packs now. And I've got some wheel spins. We've got the decisive picker to stick in here. Lamina Yamala. and then we'll go spin some wheels. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, guys. I'm very much like, I'm quite happy with where I'm at gameplay wise, in sense of like, I really like the daily aspect, the pick up and play aspect, and how like we all have the same cards and we're doing the same stuff when it comes to sets. But I certainly feel there is a little bit of TLC needed in the pro side of the game. I'm just going to jump over here. Where, I don't know, I say we've still got half the prize pool. We don't know regions. We don't know what the new leagues are, what league licenses will look like for the new ones. So I'm still a wee bit, but it feels like from the little half we've had so far that leaves a little bit to be desired, doesn't it? Everybody got Unai in the 100 pack. Brilliant. Love that. I think people have enjoyed sets so much because World Cup has games on every day. Yeah, there's definitely a big aspect to that, Michael, isn't it? Where regardless of collection in the pro mode, rares, limiteds, and so on, everyone can mess with this, can't they? Good day, Quinny. Ben Gibbons, good to see you. I've been following Celtic transfer rumors all week to see if you're buying a new keeper. Yeah, we were chatting about that last time on the channel, weren't we? We have had more links. Martin Neal's basically on record as well as saying that that is something on the shopping list. I don't see us spending 6 or 7 million on Dinko Horkas. I'd much rather go after Vasily, or Vasil, as we call him on this channel, who's a free agent, the Bosnia #1 former St. Pauli goalkeeper. If we spin the wheel, am I tripping? Did we spin the wheel? Am I tripping? Or did I maybe do this already? Did I maybe do it on my phone this morning? No, I didn't. That was yesterday. I was like, what happened to my wheel spins? Did I do them already? Oh, jumping jimmies. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings. What do we need to see and hear out of Sorare in part 2? I think they already intimated they're going to make some sort of change to the classic rare limited paradigm that they created. I forget what podcast that was on. I was going to come back for 27 to play Saints, but it feels like a team like that is pointless this season. Interesting take. So I do, I kind of agree that the meta is maybe, I think for that strategy, again, we don't know what regions are. We don't know what competitions we're going to be in or whatever, Ian. But the thing with St. Johnstone, you're not going to streak with them. I think the play with that is leaderboards, which aren't really that great on the face of it so far. I would definitely, if I was you, I'm still going to buy a Celtic collection. I buy New York collections every year like an idiot. So I still would, the club I support, the club I want to collect, I'm still kind of keen on that. I think for you, you've got like no urgency on early access, no premium to pay on pricing necessarily. There's no sense of urgency for our St. Johnstone stack in that regard. But where it might play out for you, Ian, because I can imagine prices for guys like that being very nominal. Could you do a super rare thing? Now, it's a bit of a, be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew one, of course. Goalkeeper's linchpin, but you're just looking to thin the field with a team like that, aren't you? So you're either looking, streaking with St. Johnstone only just won't happen, right? Beyond step 1 and 2, probably. Maybe you could build into a SPFL kind of dream team once you get to the higher steps and craft cards and stuff like that. But the only play that's kind of open to them is leaderboard differential. The weekend you get a clean sheet win. Who else played? How did the scores go? You're kind of then at the mercy of other forces of nature in the division. And again, St. Johnstone, you don't expect them to have multiple, how many 3-0 wins will they get this year? Probably not too many. So I think that play becomes the more viable, the less teams you're up against, which is kind of where I get to the maybe, like if you could get like an in-season, is it Steward, the keeper you like? If you got an in-season Steward super rare for 50 to 100 quid, is probably the most expensive piece. Win once, hashtag win once. Harry Trades Oviedo, I don't know. Again, St. Johnstone, you need kind of forecast to the end of the season. How many games do you think St. Johnstone will win? And I know they're a team that are expecting to be up against it in the bottom half of the table. But what does that look like? Is it 8 wins in the season? Is it 10? Is it 7? So I kind of get that. I don't think with streaking St. Johnstone were ever going to. So it's one of those ones where I think it was good last year because you were streaking and leaderboarding with the one entry in Europe. And then you're kind of, whatever happens, happens, So I get that. So yeah, I do think like the viability of success is greatly diminished, but I think the impact that has on price I don't know if I want to say it really balances the scales all the way, but it does make a difference, you know. I would say anyway. Mikey Basson, good to see you. I think they will announce after the World Cup final when Pro is going to be the moneymaker until next set. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. After the World Cup final, would love to know what new league? Me too. Me too. Well, we had them confirm that one of them. Sorry, 2 seconds. Call centers. I was out my mind. It was on my mind. Our goalkeeper being U23 might be the issue. Well, with super rare under 23, I'm not sure that's a thing anymore, really, is it, for price premium? But maybe. So yeah, I would keep your powder dry, Ian, and try and you're only going to make that work if you get the expensive pieces in, because the cheap pieces will be dead easy. There won't be much competition on auctions. They will be cheap, of course, but like the goalkeeper, whoever you think the main goal scorer will be, set piece taker, if you can get those obstacle pieces in season, even getting classics and stuff like that, classic use, like it could be not quite. It's obviously the volume of success is not going to be there with St Johnstone. You're playing for the win once, and if the cost of the team is low enough, it's very viable. The more viable it becomes, the cheaper the team is. You know that, Ian, but I'm not teaching you anything new here. With a limited strategy for classic work where you build in season with classic winnings, kind of similar to what you did in Rare last season, I think that's a good strategy to have. And I think for anyone that's here on the channel, on YouTube, that's been a Sorare manager for longer than 5 minutes, you want to have a classic strategy that does yield that. I think looking for food and, sorry, I kind of got your icon confused with somebody else there. There's a few accounts here on the channel where it's been very small budget in-season strategies. And one of the kind of lenses of the criteria we're always looking at here on the channel when we're building the roster, reinforcing the ranks, that kind of thing, is in the worst case scenario, you're only going to be left with classic utility. Does it couple together? Does it make use of anything? So I totally agree that's, well, it's more of a question. That is, I think, base camp strategy, because the only classics still, and even in the format last season, that are not really classic cards are goalkeepers and captain capable guys. So outside of that, your rotation midfielders, your run-of-the-mill defenders, your striker that will score 5 goals a season or whatever, they're all the classic fodder. And I think that people took their eye off classic quite a lot last year, and it feels like there's this already resistance or acceptance that people are going to use their classics a lot more next season rather than their wallet to get going early doors. That will change. I just know it will. It's just human behavior. I know it from personal experience as well as watching the market and whatever. So I think that is a good way to go looking for food. I think particularly with limited, the thing, can we go and Graham's voice is in my head here. 3 Dots blog. Gameplay update. So in the streaks at the moment, you're only crafting, or you're only getting limited essence, even though in the streaks it's rares. Oh, I keep clicking the mouse in, sorry. It's limited and rares at play in there. So for the most part, classic limiteds, and then eventually when you move into limited when you move into in-season streaks, you're going to be, if you're playing with classics, you can get a lot of limited essence quite easy. So reinforcing limited in-season organically is the thing to do. You're only going to get rare essence from rare leaderboards on classic, which I don't imagine are going to be mad robust or very fruitful. So I think limited classic, if you have rares, I would still, so we spoke about this the other day on the channel, where even if you're a rare player right now, you should be snapping up a little batch of limited goalkeepers, because the price of them as classics is still wildly different to what it is in it rare. If we can think about an expensive goalkeeper for a minute now, I know we don't know where he's going to end up in the summer window, but Allison's just generally a kind of semi-top of the food chain guy. Classic rare, 40 quid. Classic limited, 11 quid. So it's not a great example because you don't know where Allison's going to play next year, but even if you're a rare player right now, snapping up a couple of these goalkeepers now for the streaks, There is no deadline. 2 seconds. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, with the streaks, it's anytime entry. So you don't need to have like multiples unless you're going to be playing leaderboard. Again, limited leaderboard with your rare overspill. Limited goalkeepers can activate them as well. So in that case, if you knew, like if we knew Alison was staying in the Prem and you knew you wanted to play Prem or Champion Classic leaderboards with your classic rares, you'll have all your classic rare utility, but you can also go into limited and use limited goalkeepers to open the door for you. So even if you're a rare player, I would still be thinking about uh, classic in season to some extent and what utility you can access quickly enough so that when you are then pulling limited essence off the hot streaks, which you will be doing anyway if you're a rare player with full rare teams and full rare everything, you'll still get limited only essence from the streaks. And if you're not playing leaderboard, which a lot of you are telling me you're going to do, then you're going to get more limited in-season essence to get limited in-season cards to reinforce all of your in-season strategies. Even with rare cards. So limited in-seasons, as we know, will be just generally cheaper than the rares. And it does give you a bit of flexibility price-wise to reinforce for step 5 and so on and so forth. Go after the fixture optimal player when you're on step 4, that kind of thing. And if you're a rare player, you're just looking basically at anomalies in the rare market, I think, at this point in time. Hello, lads. Are we playing summer camp? Yeah. Don't see why we wouldn't. It's all the same cards, isn't it? Have a sneaky idea it's La Liga 2 again? Nah, I don't think so. I think the second tier divisions, that ship has sailed. Like they've had them on. The utility with the Opta coverage is cool. The little collections we've had for fingerprints and footprints and these strategies, I think it's enough. I don't think it'll be that at all. I kind of want Greece. I don't want Saudi, but I think Saudi's kind of inevitable. Serie A is something that's been kind of floated in and out a few times. And outside of that, like, Brazil, Argentina, these types of leagues are the only ones that kind of jump off the table. The A-League has kind of been in some people's wish list for a while, but it feels like it's a little bit low level, pardon the expression. I wouldn't stop at Saints. I know what I'm like. I sold up in February, kind of knowing where we were heading. Nice. Oh, that's brilliant, Ian. Yeah, move into a bit of an... I'm probably going to do a bit of an SPFL super team for the Scottish Football Daily content, in essence, because I'll be watching a lot of SPF. I'll be watching more SPFL this season than I ever have in my life, so I should be able to pick some winners. Do we think Classic Rare is essentially going to be useless? Looks like arenas are the only good place for them. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Mitchell. And it sounds like Sorare is taking on the feedback that we had from the initial announcement that the no differentiation between limited and rare classics was terrible. And I think they're going to add on, what they said is they're going to add on a further reward boost, like they're doing with rare in season, but the rare classic will be a much smaller version of it. And it kind of just does solve the problem. There's now a difference between limited and rares, but I thought it would be better for all involved if it was not a reward bonus that classic rares got, but a 5% score bonus, because the goalkeeper, the captain, there's an interesting strategy development, there's an interesting value proposition that puts then on buying a classic. And again, you could think about it for the for the reward bonus, but reward bonus doesn't help you hit targets earlier, which is a value proposition for me. So I do think they've nerfed a bit of the superpower that our cards are meant to have in that way. I even had a call with them actually earlier in the week about this stuff, and I floated the idea that I mentioned on the channel about how unique and super rare, you're allowed 2 uniques, to see if that was something they would entertain or whatever. But I think from what they've said publicly and what I kind of had on that call, I think this little reward bonus they're going to do is probably going to be the answer to it. I think it's like minimum differentiation between the two. I don't think it's going to save the classic rare market the way it needs to. Time will tell on that one. So yeah, limited keepers regardless. If you're playing streaks, load up on the good guys you've never been able to afford. Load up on the guys that at rare, again, you just never get your hands on, or they're just way better than what you've been doing. But you do need to be worried at this moment because the transfer market is so hyperactive right now. Like I said with the Alisson example, we don't even know where he's going to be. And there's a few other goalkeepers that are in that mold. So I think you're only after safe, guaranteed, locked and loaded number ones. And really, if you're anything, even if you're super rare and unique, because they can go into these streak modes as well. So having a limited goalkeeper is just a mad door opener. 2 seconds once more. So yeah, I think you're not too far off there, Mitchell. Like it feels like it's that way, but we've only had half of the announcement yet, so the extra half might open some more revelations. Missed out on the 400 with France yesterday by 2, but somehow guessed the correct score and won 1,000 gems. Nice, well done, mate. Can't imagine second tier leagues. Yeah, I don't think so either. Summer League. I don't think so. By the way, I think Sorare are kind of happy with the move that Japan's made to come out of the summer calendar. MLS is going to do something similar, I think, isn't it, sometime soon? And I think Sorare, like, they want a natural, I think they'll be happy to take a natural game cycle, and this move that these leagues are making outside of Sorare's control, I think does them a little favour. Like, everyone needs downtime. Your audience, your players, your staff, like everything just needs some downtime once in a while. Ian's talking about cashing up earlier in the season, and that's one thing that I think a lot of people forget when we're talking about Sorare. People can't just pull money out of thin air. They can't just pull it out their backside. One more moment, 2 seconds. So I kind of agree. Like, if you want to keep that 365, Sorare doesn't sleep territory on the go, then that's a good. Yeah, it's definitely a point that they'll be thinking about. But see, I'm not sure that's actually a motivation for them. I'm looking at maybe doing a Dundee United stack. They've done some good business. Yeah, man. Like that Basir guy, the midfielder, he'll be handy to have. I think he could be a really good scorer. And there was somebody else decent. Oh no, Basir was Dundee, wasn't he? Who did Dundee United bring in? They brought in somebody handy. I can't remember now. But there'll be some interesting players that come out this season. Serie A seems unlikely. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think it's unlikely. Quinny boy, love to see it in the chat. We've seen some good links today. Hopefully the transfers start moving for Celtic. I very much hope so. Yamal 100 and Pickford 67 needed for the magic bag of sand. It's a long shot. Yamal 100 is not that bad. That's like 2 decisives. And Pickford, clean sheet. Sean Thorpe, we are all fingers crossed for you, mate. We are all Sean Thorpe today. In that case, a classic unique team for next summer could be the aim. Yeah. Yeah, man. Classic uniques and get some limited goalkeepers. Greece, Sweden, or Poland? Poland is getting a little bit better with the transfer activity, the departures especially. Some of them are making some interesting moves as the windows roll on. Not a big fan of just generally where the league sits in the pantheon of European football. Polish teams, I know Poznan can do all right and Legia can be all right, but generally their version of all right isn't that great, is it? Sweden, I think Sweden's just became a real talent factory over the last couple of windows. So from the scouting angle, the summer league angle, it could be good. Greece just feels like one that's been weirdly overlooked over the years. Like it's got 4 really big, maybe 5, depending on how you want to look at it, decent sized clubs. And again, on the European stage, they don't really make much of an imprint, do they? And yeah, I was going to touch on this earlier, but they've changed it from Sorare 27 Essence, or was it Sorare 27 Essence on this, or was it just limited Essence? But they've changed it from Essence to cards now. I don't think this was 27 Essence. I think that was only on the Pro mode. My France team was 71 points away and got Spain tonight with the Morocco keeper with a pen save. Oh, nice. Red or Dead, good to see you. So my last kind of run trajectory at it here is I had to get Argentina to get me off step 1, which was a mare. I had France last night get me off step 2 at a canter, which was great. And now step 3, I have that Unai Simon. Hallelujah. 15% Poro, 10% Rodri, Lamina Yamala. I've got 2 of them in case I get an Simon. That would be decent. And then Oyarzabal, that's who I want to play. For 400, should be a walk in the park. Personally, I'd love to see the championship. Brazil and Argentina. Championship would be a clever one. I like the championship. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Brazil and Argentina would be good. I just think those leagues have a lot of dross in them, though. They're quite big divisions, and some of the teams are like bad, you know. So that's where I kind of stop down that tomorrow. James, yeah, I'll be in Edinburgh tomorrow. Me and McBride, I need to touch base with him today, but we're going to get the train up together. And yeah, I'll see you all there for that tomorrow. So we've got a wee bit of Spain tonight, and then at 10 o'clock, we've got England-Norway, don't we? Now, you guys are going to hate me for this, maybe a lot of you, but I really fancy Norway. Now, there's a bit of that, you're like, oh, surprise, surprise, Quinny fancies Norway. Right, I get that, okay. But Haaland is kind of untouchable right now. He's in that Kane zone, and I don't know, man, I could really see a decent shift from the Norwegians in this one. Maybe take Ryerson because he's been playing a lot better than Ayer. But anyway, I'm then looking at the 10 o'clock game. I'll play an England stack and I'll play a Norway stack and have them fight it out. And then hopefully one of them can get the job done. A big points ask at the next one, but for 440, that'll be the 100 quid. That'll be it. Oh, yeah. 440 is a big score. I don't mind spending 2 lives, one on Norway, one on England, to then open me up to beyond the bag of sand for the semi-finals, basically, then, wouldn't it? Definitely not biased. Honestly, I just think the weakest thing about England is the defence. The strongest thing about Norway is up front. Norway's weakness is kind of just like the overall level of the team is like 6 or 7 out of 10. And if you're to look at the overall England level, it would probably average out higher. You know, like Bellingham's better in midfield, Rice. Although the defence is weak, you've got Kane, the wingers are a bit sus, whatever. But I think England's just got a generally higher level. But I don't think Norway's got as bad a defence as, and I don't think England's defence is that terrible, right? But in terms of international levels that England have been on themselves previously, I think the only really good defence in the World Cup so far. Spain have got the clean sheets, obviously, but France, it's just, they've got all the guys. I seen that, yeah, Cammy Devlin confirmed to leave. Haaland versus England, could easily see Guy and Stones. Yeah. Going up against them. That's definitely something. I kind of was thinking that with Belgium, Spain, it'd be funny to see Rodri versus De Bruyne. I don't know if De Bruyne starts, but I had that little thought myself. Didn't really think about it in that England perspective. But like, I don't think these guys I don't think they do a number on Haaland in training. You know, he seems like he's a pretty good trainer for me. He takes training pitch onto the park pretty easily. Dan Burn to pocket Haaland again. Wouldn't rule it out. Dan Burn's a big guy. The card and set is addition to the cash in essence. Oh, cool. So it's more. We can't actually really see that, but can we? But it's more. Oh, nice. So there's a card and essence. Bigger payout. That's fun. I've got 6,000 essence here, and I've got 20 gems. Now I was kind of, yeah, if I was to win the 40 gems, it would get me to 60. Is it worth having that pack? I don't know. We'll open 5 of these. Haaland is just unstoppable. Best goalkeeper in the world. Pickford, come on, man. Come on. Haaland has faced Dan Burn 8 times and only got 1 goal. Interesting. Yeah, he was definitely a dupe. Keep you. Let's try and get some more of these collections on the go. Nice hot day. I'm going to, after this, I'm going to get the Scare Cup. Oh, new players, bring it on. I'm going to get the Scare Cup. I've got a lot of MFL beginner tutorial content set up for next week already. So we've got a big week ahead of us on that front. Nice. All right. Oh, I think that's unlocked something for me. I needed one more Rising Star for something, so that's good. We should have another unlock there. Maybe I hit that already, actually, but I did recently. Oh, yeah, some new players. Bring them on. The new player count is looking good. Interesting. You know, Graham the Geordie's got all the alpha stats on Haaland versus Burn. Oh, nice. Bit late for that. Yeah, Rising Flames done. We'll leave that essence there for tomorrow. We got a wee pack to claim. A wee silver. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, 3 players. And then let's open. Let's just open these gems. 2 silvers. 2 silvers. Nice discard value, if nothing else, on some of them. Where I might just about get another pack out of this. Yeah, we will. Jesus. 2000 Essence Gunner. Nice. So another 3 packs we get from that. That's fine. As long as we keep getting new cards, I don't mind this little farming. There we go. Bring it on. High value Mateta. Let's keep it going with these new additions. And then over the weekend, yes, Saturday, I'll be in Edinburgh with McBride. Try and find myself some tequila. Try and enjoy the weather. Hang out with some legends. Always good fun. And then Sunday, I probably won't have much on, but maybe do something Sunday night to get our feet back under the table, getting ready for Monday and a big week ahead. Will I be back later? I will have Scottish football daily content out later on today. I'm not sure I'll get onto Celts today, to be honest with you. Just a lot of stuff going on. I think maybe these links are okay, aren't they? Gabbana Man and the Egyptian lad. Oh, sweating bullets, by the way. Let's have a wee look. Did we hit any more of these missions? No, but we're very close to, 6 from that, 6 from this, 14, 1, quite a bit, 9. Not too many cards away to hit a big stash of gems. If I hit that big stash of gems, I might keep them for the next mode, or actually there is no next mode, is there? But yeah, we've got the League Cup thing, don't we? It starts on the weekend. Liam Pev, good afternoon. Good to see you too. I've seen nothing of him. Barely knew his name until that move had happened, to be honest with you. I'd maybe seen him get posted about on Twitter and whatever, but yeah, it's not somebody I know anything about. I kind of looked into him when I seen the move coming out. He's not played much football. Kind of gave me Lucas Bergvall deja vu in terms of like the business that Newcastle are doing with that. It's like a guy they kind of need to play the now, but it's really a transfer for like the next couple of seasons. So Eddie has done well with bringing some of these guys through. I wouldn't think it's a long-term one, and as much as maybe Bergvall, but feels like the same sort of guy. Prospect, profile, potential wise. So yeah, all fun and games ahead of the Spain game tonight. MLS is back next week. Do we have the arena open for that? We do. Who's playing who? No New York. No New York. So I've not got anything for the first return of it. Have I got a streak on the go? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so I'll have like an all-star team. I can probably field. Oh, Cascadia Cup. Oh, and El Tráfico. It's Derby week. Just clicking on some guys because why not? Gold is back in training. Rejoice. Anyway, there's not much here. I'll figure it out closer to the time. No RSL either. So yeah, that's kind of fun, isn't it? A few days till MLS is back. I've actually did a bit of DJing this morning. Wait to see what I've bought. Got a Ronaldo, I got a Modric, and I got a Katarski. A wee bit for why nots. But the reason I came onto this, yeah. So I just double check this available list. I'm just going to list a bunch of guys with you now. Anyone else we don't particularly want? Cho will keep because of that Lehan bum. Ueda we don't need. Tanaka we don't need. Arnautovic, maybe just keep it. All the Scotland lads. Yeah, I don't think there's many others that were, yeah, Gregorish, I don't care for. Still got him. Baumgartner. Kramaric, I don't really need to keep as a classic. Vasilja, I'll wait till see where he moves. Mbolo, a 1. Yeah, I don't think there's really anyone else that was like fodder. This Sane. What's going on with this Galatasaray collection? Did I want to keep a hang of that? What do I have in here? Davison Sanchez, that I won. Sasha Bowie, Cardiff Sane. I like Osman. Not got him. What's he sitting at? Yeah. I'll just leave that for now. Don't think he's worth that much anyway. And then onto this page, Sane, Mane, I don't care for anymore. That was a World Cup play. He's actually a free agent now, Sane, isn't he? So watch out where he goes. I might not list that quite yet. Awesome. Okay, let's go back to the first page. Due to the World Cup final in New York. Yeah, that's probably quite true, Liam. That's probably the case. So let's see, these are all the guys that are not Ox anymore. You're not available. That's a shiny. We'll be keeping you. Shuto Machino. I'm probably going to keep you. Anyone else to keep? Araujo. No, I've got a Celtic Araujo, don't I? Yeah, I don't really need that. And then who's on this page? Yeah, I don't particularly need any of these guys either. Let's try and get some of them listed. 4 price, 42. Just list them at 40. Tejon. I'll keep him because I won him. This guy's a free agent. Could go somewhere half decent. Just list him at 15 in case some news moves. Cho, see, I think I'll just about keep him. Ueda, I've got a classic for. Get a wee bit of the housekeeping done. Recommend you all do something similar. I'll probably, once I've done this as well, maybe drag them around a few bot offers. See if I can get them converted into something a bit more useful. I have did this already, in case any of you think, Quinny, this is taking you a while to get around to this. I've kind of done the first pass of it, but all the listings have expired. Just kind of re-listen them, see what they're going for at the moment. Vasily. Dessler. I'll keep you for now. Andy Irvine, hardly worth selling. We'll just keep that for now. Burke, yeah, definitely don't need this. Nathan Patterson. It would be nice if Sorare give us a free pass. I said that to them as well. I did say that would probably help a lot of people that feel like all the focus is going on the free stuff. If you did some sort of vault amnesty, didn't really give me any feedback on it, but I did say that to them. So let's hope they do a bit of that. And yeah, almost there. Jesus, man, Lucas Nemeka. Can't give him away. Poor guy. Agu, I'm going to keep Robbo. Yeah, I feel I needed this Robbo. Bragg, I'll keep for now. Kessler's not going to be worth anything. Sweet. So the only kind of little degen and stuff, I was so close to getting a Haaland a few weeks ago before he kind of got a bit of World Cup hype, because he was getting listed. The version I need as well was getting close to the 100 mark. It was like 120 or so. None are available right now, but he does have. And again, on the note we mentioned before, if you're going to play classic streaks, a classic limited Haaland is 40 quid. Classic rare, 3 times the price. Maybe the goalkeeper thing doesn't interest or appeal to you, but maybe there's like a Lamine Yamal or a Haaland or a Fernandez or somebody like that. It would make sense to pick up the now. So I'm kind of after this Haaland. If we can get down to like that 100 mark or so, yeah, 105, and it can be that version I want. I'm probably going to degen in onto that. It's the only kind of major one I'm eyeing up. Otherwise, I've kind of done, and that kind of brings me into the chat we had earlier, where like classic wise, like it feels like I'm constantly finding a new capacity. Like I'm at max now. I don't need another card, and then maybe something will happen and I get another couple, but I'm like literally struggling to think of players that I actually would like to own that I don't currently. So that Haaland is right at the top of it, but now he's in the limelight. I think if Norway get eliminated by England, or when Norway are eliminated from the World Cup period, maybe it's on the market again and in a price range. But that's the only other thing I'm kind of half eyeing up. Otherwise, I'm really happy with all my rare collections, and I'm going to make, honestly, I know everyone's kind of saying it, right? But I genuinely will have like a really good fist at classic everything come the new season. Goalkeeper depth is maybe something I still haven't quite nailed. Still feel I'm a wee bit shy on a keeper or two here and there. Transfers will dictate a bit of that too, of course. But with the ability to go strap ups unlimited, I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about. Let's look at manager sales, classic limited keeper. Is there anyone that's just wildly underpriced? So I'm kind of, yeah, let's do champ. Just got a Suzuki, so that's kind of fun to remember. I've got Donnarumma. I like some of these Italian keepers, but again, they're all just a wee bit dodgy, aren't they? The other thing that's a super one that jumps out here. Sorare. 35 quid for Mignan. Emmy. Emmy could be really good. Where's he? He's linked to places, but isn't he? I'm kind of hoping to see there's somebody that's like 3 quid. That's just like wildly good value. Like a real no-brainer. Pickford at 12. It's not quite there, but that kind of guy. It's a solid keeper card. I don't really care about who they play for, but nailed, decent. Yeah, and the man is 6 quid. I know he's been pretty sucky for a while, but yeah, I don't think there's a super option at the moment. You'd think Donnarumma would be the one that's maybe his price has rebounded. We should maybe check on that. Nice hustle, by the way. Sorry, it is cheap. Yeah, he is. It's maybe sorry the move, by the way. Getafe are in Europe next year. He's just signed a new contract. He's only got one card at 3 quid. Butez at 11. Escandel's on his way to MLS. I was messaging Harry about that yesterday. Yeah, let's look at Donnarumma. His price has been pretty solid. Yeah, 20 odd quid. Wow, that's a nice one. Yeah, they said that there will be new leagues, plural. So I think there will be. I don't think that's much of a stretch. Really like Vanya. I've seen him linked to somewhere, but like someone in like Brentford or something crazy like that, you know. Courtois for 20 quid. I'd much rather that, by the way. Who were we just looking at was 25. $20 still not the super cheap kind of guy. Like Leno could be all right, for 3 quid. Just not super reliable for big scores. Peretz, 46 games of utility next year. Nice. Last summer, I was a bit hasty and vaulting some red X's. Took me once to get some of those players back. Yeah, I can imagine, man. Somebody vaulted their whole gallery, if I remember rightly, on the announcement. Allison's looking pretty good at 11 quid now, isn't he? I've put an Allison transfer in. Inter Milan. Those aren't really bad moves for Alisson, are they? A lot are in that 11 quid range. That's pretty tempting. When they say new league, is it taking apart challenger or possibly new not covered? I think it's new not covered leagues, but you could be right, Kek Soupy, that maybe it's like Austria and Scotland and Croatia and all that are going to get their own like Belgian league treatment. That might be what they mean. It doesn't feel like that's what they said, but it's not to be ruled out. Yeah, so I'm going to keep my eyes on this a little bit longer. Brazil is a bad move. Is he linked to Brazil? AC Milan have made contact December, right enough. When's this? March. Why is this? Yeah, I think so too. I hope it's new stuff. I hope it's new stuff. I think we've lost that champion filter. Even cheaper if you do this in an all-star perspective. Van der Vaart's fun. Emmy's kind of fun as well. Still in the World Cup for whatever that's worth to anyone. Depends on what cards you have outfield. So yeah, I think that's a fun strategy point. Jimmies. The heat is zapping it out me. Looking forward to the Spain game tonight. Wee bit of DJing and Global Cup stuff. Oh, one thing I've not done yet is foundation team. Oh, we're on the second last step again. We are flying. And yeah, just go Spain. Obviously, wait till the teams come out, maybe adjust, but I think we should slay this. And we've hit this once, haven't we? When we missed it twice, so maybe this time we'll get it. Yeah, I'm not too sure where else to run to, guys, or what to touch on. Wee bit of Friday fun. Oh, I'm going to melt into a puddle in a wee moment. Just trying to think what those cards I've listed. Is there a wee bit of hustling we can do? Have they put... Yeah. They have its own sets. It's as well as the essence, so it's an extra one. It's a bonus. Oh, I am sweating bullets. I think it's Sorare 26 Jupiter. I think the only Sorare 27 essence is in the pro mode. Yeah, there's nothing really big I'm after other than that Haaland. Or maybe Diamande rookie. Any bots packing that? Trent. I don't like that one, but it's not actually a rookie. Nah, not really much to hunt down today. Thanks everyone that's hung out with me, and I'm an absolute mess. So thanks everyone that's bared with me. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back for more on the channel, and I'll be back across all the channels over the next couple of hours and over the weekend and whatnot as well. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this last little vestiges of the World Cup. MLS right around the corner. So there are 27 announcements, maybe imminent as well. Might even happen today for all I know. But some of you guys think it'll be after the World Cup final. So as soon as that happens, we'll be back to wrestle it and go through all the strategy stuff that we need to know about and think about. Have a good one, everyone. Away, get a haircut. Take care.